Right back in here, this Taylor, Glam and Shay. But told me girls saw out one day on plans that Angel made. She said, trust me, it's luxury. Colorado is the scene. A simple 3-hour getaway for peace and clarity. But Giselle, Wendy, and Ashley too, with Stacy and Jazzy there. Pull up to an Airbnb with no water anywhere. They turn the taps and check again. No water did appear. No shower, sinks, or flushing toilets. The agitation was severe. Stacy said this when past inspection. Jazzy said this is wild. Angel slept on 30 acres, but the others were stressed and wild. Water lost, the vibe was gone, patience running thin. So bags were packed and plans were canceled. Colorado didn't win.
I'm having my Shamia moment.
Okay.
Girl, I was like, oh my God. I would never talk about nobody trying to make a record. Because, girl.
Who did that?
I had put it together.
Okay.
I put it together. I had to, but somehow TikTok would never, like when I was trying to record and do the words, it wouldn't let me hear it. So I could never get on the beat. I could never get on the beat. I was like, what the heck? So, then I put some other sound to it. I was like, oh, girl, I can't sing it all, girl.
Right.
But, I mean, like, girls, I was on Chat GPT. Look, I'm like Toya Kids getting the lyrics.
Right.
The lyrics are cute. I just can't sing worth a damn. And then I could never get it to go on the track just right. I said, forget it. So
okay.
It is. But the trip that failed. And I said, look, I didn't broaden my little vocabulary with, and you know what, when you did your live this morning, you say, I know that word from somewhere. Say the masochist. S&M.
Oh, right. Well, that. But I remember I was saying that too. I'm like, I feel like the way I heard the word was like
So I said, it's the case of the material. I said, the case of the mercurial.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like, so let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and drop in the chat. Y'all let us know what y'all gonna rate
Empath. That is I think, or the mercurial. I'm getting bad reception. Can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay. You feel like what?
Go ahead. Because I think I stopped after that because we was.
Okay, but you said I was done. You said I feel like what?
I don't know.
Oh, so I was like mercurial, and on her little look, I bit my little vocabulary up. I feel like I'm on the Auntie Viv thing that's on Facebook.
Right.
You see her? Oh, she gives it's an older Black lady who gives you a new word.
Okay, I see what you. Okay, like the word of the day.
Yes, the lady.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, because I'm like, when I was watching the show, I was scrolling on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
So, girl, once she was trying to back up and they dropped the food in the
girl, when she pulled up to that thing, here I go. Now this looked like the beginning of a scary movie. Like you about to drive to your kidnapping. But I thought, well, let me put this in what are we rating? Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm actually gonna give it a 3. Now this one I am gonna give a 3 or 4, somewhere up in there, because I mean, thank God we all got put out of our misery with the end of this trip. First of all, it was like watching paint dry.
Yes.
As far as I'm concerned. And I know we got a lot of chatter going on, in different groups and everything, but it's just like these producers did not set that lady up. She is a bad coordinator. And that's just the bottom line. That's just it. That's the truth of the matter. And
she was not curating no kind of good experience.
No,
and I'm like,
it wasn't like because she's getting on and she's kind of defending these other things like, oh, we don't provide, overnight accommodations.
Yeah.
Okay, sweetheart, we're not even talking about that because some things are not your control. However, you failed to inform anybody about what they was coming into,
no itinerary at all.
Failed to prepare. That's part of coordinating. Like, you are horrible, and you have a whole company that is based around curating experiences.
Yes.
Like, this is ridiculous. This was a total fail, and I feel so bad for her about it. I really do, because I think that if she had not been hyper focused on getting this business shown, then maybe she could have actually achieved the goal the way she wanted it to.
Yes, girl.
I think she messed up there.
Yes, because it was not a good look for her business at all.
At all.
And nothing that she did had like the logo on there, like even like the place settings, nothing. So how are we supposed to know this is what? And then so she had to run around to different places that she didn't even know about. I thought, kind of bull crap is, I don't know.
Yeah, it was horrible, because that's what she was like, oh, I usually go to these lakes, and it's like, well, why would you pick this time to pick a lake that you don't know how to get to? Like, that don't even make any sense, Angel. Like, it don't even make any sense. Well, let's go ahead and get into our episode. So, Real Housewives of Potomac, season 10, episode 16, Driving on Empty. We're going to switch it up a little bit for y'all this week. I'm going to do Real Housewives of Potomac. So the episode opened where we left off at last week. They are still on the rooftop. Like, this was the highlight of the whole trip, is going to the Kimosabe and having a few drinks at the rooftop, I guess. You know what I mean?
It really was. Looks like the two girls, they end up going out though.
Yes. So the girl, we back where we left, and I said Angel tries to woo the girls. I thought it was really interesting. She used words like, oh, I'm going to take you to this beautiful lake, and we're going to have a delicious gourmet meal. She was using these adjectives to describe some very basic things, which I keep taking note about the way Angel speaks, because it is those things that make her condescending and superior, and not in a down-to-earth type of way. Some people can be what we would call uppity, right? You know what I mean? But they still, but it's not in an offensive way. Angel is offensive with hers, even though I think she tries not to be. But anyhow, let's get to it. So this is how she wants to describe going fly fishing, because her and Giselle are kind of in this battle for who's going to take over the trip, right? Giselle says they're going to the hotel, they're going to have some brunch, and then they will be going home. So she says the girls can pick which one they want them to do, because she's not an outdoors girl. She ain't planning on going fly fishing, and we found out 2 weeks ago that they didn't. So we didn't know that that's how it ended up happening, is that y'all went driving around Colorado for 3 hours, and then you had to turn around and go to the airport. That's why you never went fly fishing.
Yeah, it's like it was in the Twilight Zone.
Exactly.
Like, are we there yet?
Right. So Giselle did ask Angel if she was going to spend the night. Angel said yes, sure. She's gonna spend the night. Just want to make a mental note of that, because this is gonna come back up. Stacy is asking if they'll be able to change after the fly fishing, to get ready to go to the airport so that they can be comfortable. Angel says sure, they have plenty of bathrooms, because Giselle was worried about how many bathrooms. She says as many as you possibly can need. Now, what did you think about that finished off scene? Angel was really fighting for her trip. What I noticed is that I think Angel got offended at Giselle saying she was going to take over the trip.
The finished off scene, Giselle should have took over the trip. Point blank, period. After I don't, like I said, I don't understand for the world to me, because they knew how long the trip was going to be. It was a weekend deal. Why plan something on the day we got to leave? And I'm the kind of girl, I don't get up early. So I'm not getting up earlier than I need to. And we got to pack and all this stuff just to go fly fish.
And what is fly fishing anyway? Does that mean you catch fish with flies?
I thought they
not worms.
They do this. They be back and forth with the line, and they be going like that with it. Oh. You're standing in the water, and you take that. I've seen it done, and I'm not a person who fishes, but they be flinging that thing back and forth. I'd be scared to hook me.
I know. Let it look. That's how clumsy I am. Let me be out there, and it would be me.
I fall in the water and drown in 2 feet of water. No. That ain't for me. And that's what I said in my reviews last week when I said, she said, read the room. Those women ain't gonna want to do that. Maybe the earthy girl, what's her name? Monique. But the rest of them women ain't doing that.
Yeah, I think she did a horrible reading of the girls. And I'm just going to say, go here. I like to say she made the number one housewife mistake, which was coming up with your idea of what you thought we wanted to see. We did not need for her, like, it was like nobody came to get Angel Massey in season 10 to come and turn Real Housewives of Potomac around. So I don't know why she was so committed to this idea of changing or showing these girls something new. I think she made her own bed. What, in the words of Giselle, she dug her own grave and threw herself in it. Okay. But let's get on to when the girls go ahead and they make it to the 4 seasons, honey. And these girls are happy. They act like they ain't never been nowhere before. Yes. They all pile in Giselle's room. Angel decides to share with Wendy and Stacy. Oh, on the ride back, that was really odd. So on the ride going back to the hotel, Angel randomly decides to say, "Oh, guys, here's something else you don't know about me. I don't like fish." But you hell bent on taking these girls fly fishing. Okay. All right. Which nobody cared, just like we didn't care about that information. And Wendy said in her confessional, it is too late. Like, the train has left the station, girl. We don't give a damn about your likes and dislikes at this point, which goes back to that whole thing of her separating the girls. Like, I have this as a question. The question is, did we see Angel really make any type of real effort to get to know those ladies or to share who she was? I don't think so at all, because again, just how offbeat that comment was as she got in the car. It's just like, hey, nobody even asked you this, unless did we miss something? You know what I mean? Like, where did that information come from? In the other car, Jazzy is kind of poking fun at Stacy. I really didn't like that part about Jazzy. I think Jazzy is just here to get on any way she can. But go ahead, tell me what you thought about those little things, that little car ride situation.
Okay, so the car ride there, and she expresses that she doesn't like fish. They're fly fishing because that's what her company does. That's the event that she curates, fly fishing, and having the chef that is her husband come down there and cook some whatever.
Well, clearly it was somebody else from what they showed us on the show.
Yeah.
But even still, $10,000 meal, girl, Kay, I would have jumped through the TV and choked you for saying that. Like, are you kidding me?
What is that? Some Wagyu steak and
girl, I can't think of a slab of meat that would cost you $10,000. I don't know what. That's what
better have
we got golden or diamond flakes on the food.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. You better have some gold flakes, a diamond, or a whole ring in there. Yes. What they have?
Yeah, too little, too late for Angel. So, what do you think? Do you think that because Angel has said that at least 3 times throughout the season that she really wants to get to know these ladies? I feel like this was her number one opportunity to do it. And again, I'm going to keep going back to the number one thing of her separating them at the beginning of the trip. Like, that was the number one. Like, how you going to get to know anybody if you are a whole hour away sleeping in your bed?
Girl, she should have, especially once they got the hotel, she should have stayed with the ladies.
She should have.
And
she should have made sure she was there, like Carlos said,
early in the morning. I would have did that one either. But even she could have called ahead and had her husband pack her things up or whatever.
Angel's not the sharpest tool in the toolbox.
Something that could have been done, where she could have spent the, telling the ladies about the club that's around the corner or whatever. Oh, we ain't got there yet. But,
well, that's right, because that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna bring something up when we get to that part, but because that's what I said. She's not the brightest bulb, because I don't like even some of the stuff she says just makes no sense. You know what I mean?
It just seems like she's
which goes back to her always trying to talk above people's heads.
Yeah, it seems like she's in this group socially awkward.
She's probably that way in most groups. That like I'm gonna go back to her regurgitating that information.
I'm that girl.
That lady said, huh? Yeah,
I'm that girl that people come to.
For what, girl? For what not to do? I cannot imagine what they come in to ask Angel for. Like I said, her
vocabulary words.
Huh?
Vocabulary words.
Okay, then that would be about it. Like she is the misspelling bee. But they're not asking you how you are running anything. I'm like, that house, that's why Bobby gotta be there with the kids, because that house is probably a mess, honey. She probably don't have any type of order going on, even though and I think she just kind of behaves in this way that it doesn't feel calm. It feels like you oblivious to what's going on. You know what I mean? Well, let's get on to where the girls get to the hotel. So, like I said, they all get to the hotel. They pile up in Giselle's room. Angel is trying to be the head and not the tail of this trip. So her and Giselle are now going back and forth to be the ones to discuss what the upcoming plans were. And I'm with you with Giselle. Listen, Giselle had not always been my favorite housewife. And on Potomac, I actually don't have a favorite housewife on this one. But anyway, Giselle has risen to the top for me this season. I think she called everything as it was, and she got it all right. Like I don't think she said anything that was wrong or out of line. Now, did she have to talk to Angel the way she did on that plane? Maybe not. Maybe not. But I feel like that was Angel's moment to activate. And she missed it again. Anyway, she missed all of her moments, honey. Like, we gonna see how she bringing it on this reunion. But my faith is very little about how she shows up in this reunion. So she's telling the ladies about this honky-tonk bar that they can go to around the corner from the hotel. Kay ends up asking, like, well, what about our clothes? Because, again, she said that she would spend the night. Well, Angel turns around and says, well, we will have to go back to the house and get them. That's about an hour away. So they would have to drive an hour to Angel's house to get the clothes and then drive an hour back. So then she says, I doubt by the time we get back with the clothes, anybody want to go to the honky-tonk bar. Why did you tell them about the honky-tonk bar if that's what...
Girl, she must go to bed at 8 o'clock each night. That's why she would cry and get out them scenes on that other trip. She left the other thing early with a little bit wing because she was surprised tired. You know how babies do. They get tired, they get cranky and start crying. She go to bed at 8 o'clock.
Listen, she, like I said, she is not the
no
sharpest tool in the toolbox, honey, because I was confused. Like, why did you even mention this to them if you knew you had to go back to go get these clothes? If you knew that was a 2-hour trip, which goes back to her planning ability, why would you, A, separate your group, but B, separate y'all an hour away from each other?
Girl,
her
pettiness didn't work. It didn't work because she took those other girls with her. Okay, so they could feel a little.
But it's not like they had more fun, honey. I feel like they wanted to be at the house with the other girls.
I think I would have stayed.
I would like thanks, but no thanks. Yeah. You go back to your husband. It was like, you know. So while we watched them, as we'll get to the next day, let's look. Well, 1 second, because I'm about to say it felt like Angel was holding them hostage.
Yeah, well, I would have stayed. I would have felt once when I would have got on that ride back to because I guess I want to know which direction were they coming when they got off that plane. Were they coming past her house? Or were they closer to that hotel? Because it just seems like, did we go past the house? Then we got to go back towards the house.
Well, listen, Angel ain't going to think of a damn thing to help anything. And everything out her mouth is how thoughtful she was about their time and how considerate, how she considered these things. Girl, what the fuck was you using to consider these things? Because you didn't consider a damn thing as far as I'm concerned. Not travel time. Like, not, you know, like, yeah, it was a mess. So I'm guessing that they weren't close.
Because it even seems to me all that money she spent on that jet, that the next day she should at least had a helicopter.
Yeah, you could have picked the girls up right to get there faster if that's what you was gonna do. But hell, she didn't know where the hell she was going, so no, that's why she didn't get nothing.
$10,000 worth of food.
I said all the girls are happy about the running water, so they start to sing a cute little song by the piano.
Yes, that was cute. I like that.
I thought that was cute. You know, the song they did. What was the ending that
Tia said?
Basically
that Giselle took control of
the trip, right? Yeah. So Giselle kicked all the ladies out. This is the question I have. Do we think the girls stay at the house? And does that make Angel a bad hostess? Okay, that was what I wanted to ask. You said already that you felt like they probably didn't stay at the house, that they probably got somewhere else to go. And I was just kind of saying, like, it could be up either one. I do, as I mentioned earlier, I feel like, because we've seen comments that's like, oh, the producer set Angel up. And I just want to point out that it's like, even though the producers might have their talent that they produce, and they might have things that they say or coach them, right? So that they can create a reaction for them or create some sort of scene. I think people forget that what a producer's job is to intervene with the scene. So like, as they were lost, as they, you know, like even with the house, like not having running water, I do think that it's not their job, unless there was immediate danger, that it's not their job to come in and intervene. And part of the reality part is that you would be there to catch these actual reactions, which goes back to Angel and her bad hosting, because I feel like after the fact, here she is explaining this well water and the intermediate, and it's like, this is your town, this is your scene. That was something you should have prepared them for previously, but you really should have had them booked at the Four Seasons in the first place. I don't know why you thought taking them girls in the woods was a good idea. Like, that's ridiculous.
But that's what the guy said that she wanted was the Four Seasons.
Who?
At first, whatever that guy name is over there on.
Are you saying that's what Angel wanted was the Four Seasons?
Yes. That what's his name?
I can't even see that. The way that she was throwing all this mindfulness around, I don't even see that.
That's what it was said, that she had wanted that one because when she first got over there to see that place, she had reservations about it because her biggest concern was that, this is what the guy said, is that the insider told him allegedly about it being too far away. So I don't know. All I would say, minus all of that, that last day was horrible. They were in a twilight zone. She didn't know where the hell she was going.
The song that never ends, honey.
Yes. The song that never ends. Because I'm like, they driving and it is getting longer and further away. Like, where the hell are they going? And then they just, decide, fuck it, because, when we were watching like the clips, I was kind of wondering like what happened. But now we see, it seemed like you're in a dream. Have you ever been in a dream where you're always have these dreams where you're always trying to get to something, but you can't never get to it?
Yeah, but right. Yeah.
That's what that was.
Yeah, that's what right. It was like that's what I mean. It was it reminded me of Real Housewives of Atlanta when half the show was in the driveway. Because they could never make it, like what you said, they could never make it to the car so they could get to where they was trying to go. Well, let's get there. The next morning, Ashley is on the phone with her mom, telling her about how, so Ashley and Jazzy went out to the honky tonk bar, and she said she made the bull her bitch, honey. So they showed a clip, and I mean, it looked like the bull made her the bitch to me, but we're gonna let Ashley have her glory, okay? The ladies are refreshed. They happy. They meeting up in Giselle's room. Giselle fills the ladies in about Angel, Kay, and Tia not staying for the night. So she said she got word from the hotel, from concierge or whoever, that the rooms were empty. She said she texts Angel. Angel texts back, yeah, we was ready to go home. We'll see you tomorrow, fly fishing. So she didn't even, bad hosting again. You didn't even tell these ladies that you wanted to meet you at this fly fishing excursion, but at the same time, this is your trip in your town with with excursions that you set up, and you gonna have them meet you there? Like, you not gonna go and escort? Like, you not gonna ride with them? But okay, girl. And this is going back to Giselle saying that I'm not gonna say that she moved to Potomac for the show, but I do want to say she clearly had an agenda, and the agenda was this business. Because there is no way, and there's nobody that's gonna make me believe it. I don't give a damn whose mouth it comes from. This company was not running before this season. There's no way you curated anything surrounding what you said you are presenting in this company, and this is what we saw on this trip. Like,
I would have thought she would have put more time and effort into it, because it just seems like
from the end of the show, she told Tia that she said she planned for months. I don't know what the hell she planned. That's what.
Girl, I was scrolling on my phone. I ain't even gonna lie.
That's what she said. That's what I'm like. I don't know what she planned. That's when she mentioned she felt like she was a masochist. She said she put so much time into planning this. When? I don't know. What did you plan exactly? That's kind of because not only, okay, the fly fishing for me is probably one of the things that like y'all didn't get to. But I'm confused about whatever else you had planned. You know what I mean? Like, You didn't. They had the yoga session for that hot second. They set their intentions at the beginning of the trip, right?
Yeah.
There was nothing else. They didn't play no games with each other.
They went to her house and ate.
Oh yeah, that's right. They went and they eating outside everywhere. So they went to the house and ate. But I mean, again, we're not doing any type of icebreaker. We're not doing any, like that was it. Yeah, anything.
No,
you can have them over for your house so you can show off, and that's why I'm going back to. I really think, I wonder if anybody said anything in the after show. I am going to put it on Angel that it was Angel's idea for them to announce whatever they spent at that store, because Angel is the only one that is very attached to calling out what she spent on something. And again, you're not reading the room. Wrong room. We don't know why Wendy decided to get a fraud case to keep up with the people she ain't even got to keep up with. That's what, like, so you talking like I said, though. Oh shit, she said that's a $1.6 million house. Well, if the water is not running, it is a piece of trash.
Giselle said it's the projects.
Yeah, I mean, and I have to agree with that. Like, no, I don't give a damn. Like, running water is like the bare minimum. You know what I mean? Like, nobody said they had to have crown molding. You know what I
mean? Girl, I was looking at my crown molding I had put up. Girl, I'm so mad. All that money I spent, that man did that shit wrong. Girl.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, running water when you go somewhere is the bare minimum that you really expect. The very bare minimum. So at the point in which that is the problem, and I did not feel, and I don't think that, I'm not trying to put Angel in a position to feel like she had to kiss anybody's ass or anything, because I don't think that, but she was not gracious. She was not gracious for this being a horrible trip. She was not even accountable for this being a horrible trip. It was like, where was she at? Earth to Angel, like, are you here with us?
She was accountable at the end, and she cried on the plane. She said, "I'm sorry" on the plane. So I guess that was good enough.
I felt like she was treating them like they was just complaining.
Because she didn't have to go without no water. Like
that's not right. And they go back to her agenda being this business. Because I feel like she treated the trip, the cast, and everything like a 9 to 5. And here's the deal. That's the way that they film. We ain't never supposed to know that. Like, she missed the memo. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I feel like when the cameras went down, she clocked out. Well, I don't know if she ever clocked in, but technically,
she was off work.
Right? Yeah, right. She was off work, and so I feel like for her that meant she didn't have to engage with the girls. You know what I mean? Yes. Not realizing that is what would make for better TV, for you to engage with these girls that you got to spend this time with anyway. What is wrong with you? Girl, all right. Earth to Angel and poor Kay, they are not best friends. Those are people who just know each other and they've known each other for a while, because Kay did not save her friend at all. As a matter of fact, I guess the chin check worked because
they didn't even seem like they just seemed like they were acquaintances that knew of each other and probably worked whatever they did together. But as far as a friendship, no. Mm-hmm. No. Not even that we were friends 20 years ago when we was in school, besties.
Right. We know each other. Like, right. Like,
around the way.
Right, y'all definitely. I agree. So now they are where I'm at. So they are tasked with meeting them at the fly fishing expedition. Because like I said, the girls didn't stay at the hotel. So they give us like a running clock. They got about what, 5.5 hours as they leave in the hotel, something like that. Till they need to be at the airport or till their flight leaves. So that also means, most people try to get to the airport a little bit earlier than the actual departure time as they fly of the flight. But anyway, so we got the little countdown going. As they get in the car, they find out it will take them over an hour and a half to get to the excursion. So Giselle, Ashley, and Monique are in one car. They're discussing just like their relationship with their moms. And see, just like that was what we did not get in Angel's car. Like y'all spent the whole weekend together, huh?
They were quiet, but one thing.
That's what I'm saying. You asked these girls to come to your house. Y'all spent 3 days together, and yet when y'all get in the car, y'all not discussing like how much fun y'all had with each other?
Cause Angel was up crying. Now look, what I want to say is, God dog it. Once they realized they only had 5 hours till it was time for Will's up. Now, but it takes an hour and a half. That's 3 hours. I wouldn't have left.
On a cruise.
Yes, I'm not going. I would know.
No, I would agree.
No, we got
now this is the part what I was talking about the house. I believe they were just being good sports, right? Like they didn't pay for their own flights, and I'm sure like when it's time to go, you ready to go. But I mean, it was probably no sweat off their back, and I think they were just being good sports about finishing this thing out. But I do agree with you, and I feel like that's where Giselle was at. I think it was the rest of the crew that was just really trying to give Angel something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because when Giselle first said it, of course, we didn't know when the trip was over with. I thought Giselle was making the trip short. But then as we find out the trip was going to end anyway. So why are we doing this back and forth?
Right.
From the time we get up and get ready to go, it's going to take us 3 hours in commuting time. How long are we supposed to fly fish? 15 minutes?
Right.
How long are we supposed to sit and eat for?
Well, exactly, because you had food too, right? You know what I mean?
So that doesn't make sense.
That goes back to Angel's ability to curate an experience. You know what I mean? Like you could not have put much thought into it. And and there's no way you've done this before, because that would be something that you would have in mind. You know what I mean? Like you would have that in mind. That's what, I was telling. That's why I said when you mentioned the travel time, I mentioned it was like a cruise, because that's one of the things I'll tell a person, especially if they're going international, like an international cruise. It's like I tell them sometimes your ports, like to catch the port, because like even though you might be in Italy, it may, like how we went to Italy, it took us an hour and a half to get to Rome. So like you said, that's a 3 hour just in travel, and you only get 8 hours. You know what I'm saying? So to be off and to get your tail back. So
I haven't even been on one you had to get off of. You got off, they put you on these little bitty little boats.
Yeah,
and they took you over to the outlets. And then you still had to be back at a certain time. So where are you going? You're going right there and you're going to stay there.
Exactly. Right.
Ship. Yeah.
But that's, but it's like you not having any type of concept of making that more convenient. And it's funny because she kept talking about how mindful and how much she was being considerate. I didn't see it. I didn't see any consideration. Sorry. I didn't see it.
I said, did Bravo have their own plane where they just was going to walk on the tarmac and get on this plane or something? I said, because you know how it is when you go to the airports. I'd have been
Right.
at the
See, that's
airport.
what I was saying. Like, you figure you wanted to get there earlier before your flight. Like, you ain't rolling, like you said, rolling right up 30 minutes before you got to be out. Are you? Like, I mean, unless y'all got it like that.
So the plane say Bravo up there.
Right. Let's see. Where am I at? So like I said, they were Monique, Giselle, Ashley kind of was having a conversation about moms. Monique mentioned that she had talked to her mom over coffee, and Giselle mentioned that her and her mom talk about once a week. So it seemed like she was probably closer to her dad. And so I don't know. Do you think that that explains any way that she is? I know that they kind of discussed that on Carlos King's live last night, but I was just trying to think, like, did I feel like that it had? I think I do think Giselle has pretty privilege, and I think that's where it started and stopped. I don't know that it's any other things, but I mean, everybody got something.
Yeah, I'm a daddy's girl, so.
Well, you know, like, yeah, but I don't know if being a daddy's girl has anything to do with how you treat women, because that's what they were kind of really trying to insinuate. Is like, oh well, finding out that maybe, and I don't know why not talking to your mother every day I don't know why once a week would indicate that you're not that close, but maybe it does. However, it was kind of saying like not having a close relationship with her mom is somehow correlated to kind of like the mean girl, tag that she gets.
I think that's the role she wanted to play on the show.
Mm-hmm.
She decided to be like the villain like type, the messy one, because she's not gonna give anything. So that's the role. I wonder in real life outside the show if that's how she really act around her real friends.
I don't think so. I got a feeling that she don't, like how she did with the housewife with Kyle and Mauricio. I feel like I think that's how she would show up. She seemed to have a very close relationship with her girls. I would think that she probably teaches her girls kind of the same thing, like to look out for your sister. So, and that's what, like say, I understand why she got that title when it was her and Robin, because her and Robin really did have this language that they spoke, but you know what I mean? They had their bond, and it was very obvious, you know what I mean?
Because they're real friends.
Well, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, because they're real friends. And so I can see where anybody else would feel iced out in that particular position because, right, they got, you know what I mean? Like, this is their banter, this is what they do. But it was never mean. You know what I mean? It was just kind of, like you said, just a little shady one. What else I got? Wendy, Jazzy, and Stacy are in the other car. They're discussing Angel's trip and the mishaps. Stacy brings up to Jazzy that she was surprised that she saw Jazzy exchange numbers with Sharice. Jazzy asked Wendy to chime in about how she feels like she should have handled that because she feels like she was just meeting Sharice. She didn't understand why Stacy would have an issue with it. Stacy explains Sharice had just got done calling her all kind of whores. And yeah, she was offended that she would try to befriend her. Wendy tells Stacy that she should reciprocate the same loyalty that she wants to see from her friends. Jazzy then takes the opportunity to ask Stacy about her attendance at her wedding and whether or not she had intentions on coming before she found out Wendy and Ashley were coming. She wanted to know, was that true or not? I got Stacy tries to explain herself, and not for nothing, if y'all understood what she was saying, then come in the comments and let me know. Because I just kind of got a little lost in that back and forth. Yeah, I was trying to I was trying to understand, but I kind of just felt like it was that was like a filler moment. They had to figure out something to do.
Girl, well, they had to figure out something to do because they was riding in that car forever. So
that's what I mean. Yeah, they had so they had to pick something. Because I said now Wendy's advice, I think that she gave to Stacey was some good advice. She said she gives some advice about her playing games with the group, but not with her real friends. She's like, you kind of do these things, and I know we joke and we lie, whatever, but you do that with them. Don't do that with your real friends. What did you think about all of that was going on?
Well, first of all, Stacey, Jazzy just met you last season. And y'all not real friends. Y'all are co-workers. And for what they say, Sharice is the one who is really the socialite. So maybe she's trying to get in where she can fit in, meet other people, maybe network and, find other opportunities or whatever. So I'm not going to never say because we're co-workers, because you're my work friend that you can't talk to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she didn't have a problem with her talking to Giselle, and Giselle was giving Stacey hell.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think it froze again.
Jazzy, that's how Jazzy actually really came on, because Giselle is fucking up.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I that's the way I felt about that. And the rest of that scene was kind of blah to me. I told you I was scrolling on my phone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a bunch of nothing for me. Also, I feel like we probably did. This is when we get over to Angel's car with Tia and Kay. Now we got 3 hours left till their flight leaves. And Angel realizes that they are lost. They have been driving an hour in the wrong direction, honey.
Girl, that was like my daughter yesterday. She had to work away from where she normally works. And first of all, the roads were really bad. So when she ended up getting off work, she should have been coming into towns, headed east. Girl, she had it going towards Chicago. Girl,
oh God. Oh my goodness.
I'm telling her, like, because I'm up there visiting my dad, and I'm like, oh, are you waiting on me to come back? Because she would have had my granddaughter. And she was like, no, I still ain't made it there. Like, where the fuck did you go?
Right.
I got lost. I'm like, you didn't. I said, I know in your car it should have said either you were headed west or east, and you should have been headed east. She said, I need to look at it. I said, oh my God. So she drove probably like half an hour out the way before she realized she's going the wrong way.
So there go Angel. And so at that moment, they know that they're not making it to no excursion. Meanwhile, they got these people at this place. You got the man, and maybe it was for the best because he dropping the damn meat in the damn charcoal. This $10,000 curated experience, according to him. That's what
like. Think they would have had a better grill than that.
That's what I'm saying. 10,000. Well, I just like cut it out, and that's what again. That tells me a lot about Angel's mindset, because it don't cost $10,000 to eat outside. I don't give a fuck what you doing. Like, I think you can go eat at Buckingham Palace for cheaper than that. Like you
and fly. I'm not one to eat outside. I don't like it. And I don't like it like that. No, especially now if I'm trying to eat real good too.
Yeah.
The kind of meal that the $10,000 meal should have been in a covered area for real.
Well, you would think so for that type of money, honey. Yeah. It should have been a covered area. Each person should have their own server. Okay.
Yes. Somebody washing my hands And
Like,
I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I would have to know more about what is covered in this $10,000 experience, that you putting down
Girl,
your
we need to go on her website and see how much her excursions.
Oh, right, how much she, girl. Oh, wait, poor thing.
What dummy is going for this?
I said so, and I did point this out too. Carlos and King talked about it on his show, but I thought it's funny that they lost, but the other people who was able to make it, just fine. But again, like I was saying before, even about everything, it's not the producer's job to come in and redirect. You know what I mean? Like, it really is to just catch what's going on, outside of if there's immediate danger. And what makes me think about that in the truest sense really is 90 Day Fiance and even Love After Lockup. Because if you notice, have you ever watched Love After Lockup or either one? But you notice if the producer knows that something is going on, they don't go and tell the other person. You know what I mean? Like, oh, your inmate actually going to see this girl, or you know what I'm saying, on this day. No, that's not their job. Their job really is, or cameraman, is just to be there to do just that. And so that's what it is. So I thought, yeah, that's funny that they was able to get there, but somehow Angel wasn't. Kay was a little confused because as Angel was explaining, she's like, we both put the coordinates in our, phones, and it gave us the same address. She had to take a wrong.
Why was Angel had her butt out the window? I was just lost. Was she farting there? What was going on? I didn't understand it.
Oh, I missed that whole thing. She had her butt out the window.
And she was kind of like, she was turned sideways. Her butt was facing the window. She wasn't sitting down, and she said she was nervous. I'm like, well,
maybe she was passing gas, honey. Poor thing.
Girl, I've been strapped up.
Huh?
I would have been. She's trying to back down the road. I'd have had my dang on seatbelt on. Screw the rest of it.
Yeah. So that's what, like, they had to back up down a mountain, and then she's talking about these coordinates. Kay was a little confused. I think what I realized, parts don't have an address. Y'all realize that, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're going to meet somewhere, that would be the way. People who use maps know better about that, because I have horrible sense of direction also. I'm liable to get lost by missing one little turn. Next thing I know, I'm like, where the hell am I? Shit. What else did I have in this little scene? It looked like, now I wonder what I did not understand is, so before she realized they are lost, and then she kind of like tries to turn around, but she still ends up somewhere else, because that's where they end up going down the street that looked like they were driving to the cabin in the woods. Like, look, and you with people who don't barely know you, like, girl, if you don't get me up out these woods.
Look, we did that once. We went to go visit my little cousin in prison. And this back when they were taking the different states at that time were taking people out of the state. So they sent him to Wheelwright, Kentucky. I never forget this. So it was me, my mom, my aunt, and my cousin. We're driving down there at night so we can get down there the next, be there in the morning. So we drive down there at night, and we on this, supposed to have been on the Daniel Boone Trail. Well, evidently we was on the old Daniel Boone Trail. Girl, this shit looked like Dukes of Hazzard over there.
Right.
And we driving, and all of a sudden my aunt, she's like, I don't see no more road. My mom was like, stop. Girl, we was headed off the damn road because we're kind of going up like the mountain. Mm-hmm. So then when we finally get to try to find where this prison was, our dumb asses, it's the middle of the night, and we gonna drive up here to this prison. Girl, them people turned them lights on our ass. What the fuck? Because this prison was on top of the mountain, And we just wanted to know where it was. So when we got the hotel, knew how to get back, you know. But I guess they might have thought we was trying to get somebody out of them.
Right, honey.
Like, you're not supposed to be up here.
Gonna be spending the night. Yeah, like
girl, this was in the 90s. So, you know, we didn't have cell phones like that, you know. So we doing looking off a map, trying to figure our way up there.
Right.
Like, oh my God. But yeah, we was doing like that. But this was, like I said, 90s. This is 2026 or 2025, anyways, when they were doing that.
Yeah.
Angel. She should have went to somewhere she knew about. Could have found some little fishing hole.
She should have did. That's what I mean. Nobody.
She could have did it on her property,
and nobody set her up. Angel flubbed, she just flopped. She just flopped. Her whole season flopped, and I don't even think I would not come back a second season if I was her.
Girl, she got to get it right. But my thing is, if I was going to have a Wonderland business, instead of always trying, she got 30 acres. She could have made her a man-made pond back there.
What you say? You could have just had the people come to your damn property.
Hell yeah, because you're not going to see them. You got 30 damn acres. You got woods. You say you got lions, and tigers, and bears, and all mine.
Right.
Girl, please. We would have been right out there on my land, fly fishing with the food over here in the covered dang on banquet hall.
Well, it does say temporarily closed. It does say that.
Maybe because of the ice storm.
Let me see. No, I think that's more about because if you have your stuff on Google, it'll still show like the hours. You have to go in and really kind of say like you closed down.
Temporarily.
So let's go back. Let's get through this real quick. It's taking me longer than the interest in the damn episode. So Ashley mentions in the car that she thinks Angel, or she kind of says this is Wendy's theory, Angel may have mentioned to Bobby about what happened between whatever Stacy and all of that, and maybe Bobby said something to Chris. Ashley reveals that she asked Chris straight to his face if he was banging Stacy. She says he didn't give her much of a response, right? Meanwhile, I said Angel is pulling up on the road that looked like they should have been driving to go meet the strangers. So and then they had to back down that mountain. Meanwhile, Stacy in the car trying to throw Jazzy under the bus about a recording phone call. So they in there trying to create their own scenes. So Stacy then went and pulled out of her ass that Jazzy was recording a phone call they was having. I said in my notes, I put that I'm over this conversation altogether, just like the trip. That's what my note says. Like, I don't really understand what's going on. I think, as far as Stacy calling out Jazzy about getting Sharice's number, I feel like she could have let that go. Jazzy wanting to know if Stacy was going to come to her wedding before she knew Ashley and Angel was coming, or Ashley and Wendy was coming. I don't know.
She wasn't coming. She was only reason why she's coming
because that's kind of where that's kind of that's where I'm confused at. Like, I hear the words that are coming out their mouth and I understand the sentences that they're saying, but I don't think I understand what the significance is about it.
Because they're not friends. And the thing about the recording on the phone, I remember when my cousin was able to do that. I just was able to start doing that not so long ago, but when she got her new phone, her face kept hitting it. Because the first time I heard it, I was like, girl, what is that? She's like, oh my goodness. But it kept doing it. So it announced it. I'm thinking that's probably the same thing what happened with Jazzy. Her face hit the phone where it was at because it announces that it's recording and you just hit it right off. So I'm like, come on, girl. I don't think she would. Who was y'all talking about that needed to be recorded? Really?
Yeah. I agree.
BBC lady. Come on now. I think she's just trying to keep some shit going. And I don't believe that Stacey and Chris was together. And if so, who cares?
Yeah, I'm still over this Stacey and Chris thing too. I'm trying to figure out what the significance is about whether she went out on the date with the man or not.
Yeah, just to keep stuff going. That's all it is. You know, Ashley don't have a storyline, so she needs to be trying to pull off somebody else's situation so she can have something to talk about.
No, I totally agree. So let's see where we at now. Sorry, y'all, had to go get me some more water. Okay, so now they know they got 2.5 hours left. So they decide to stop at a gas station and grab some food at a food truck. You know, this is all out of their wheelhouse. Being from a city, we like food truck food. Food truck food is not nasty. We know that you get some good food truck food, honey. Like,
when I was in the military, we called it the good truck, and it was good, honey.
Yeah. They call Angel to see where they are, and they're still driving. She explains that the location is exclusive. Giselle says, so exclusive, even you don't know about it. Good one, Giselle.
No, look. But the best part, I thought Giselle was funny when she kept saying, Bobby. I said, oh,
right,
my God.
Yeah. Like she said, I don't want to hear about Bobby. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, my goodness. She was pulling out the Whitney Houston voice. Bobby. Right. I thought, oh, that was funny. Giselle was lighthearted and funny.
I said I think we are all confused about why Angel didn't know where to go. At this time, the ladies are heading to the airport -2 because they are being held hostage by an Angel's car. Okay, Tia does mention that this trip may have sent messages that were unintentional. Kay says they were prepared to have a $10,000 lunch. From what I saw, I didn't see anything worth $10,000 because as they on the phone, they were still trying to get these girls to still go to this fly fishing with like, hello, this is over with, right? You know, like this is over.
My thing is, were the planes going to actually leave at that time, or that's the time they really needed to be at the airport? Because it just seems
I don't know, because they was pushing it either way. Yes. Either way, I agree, they were pushing it. But they had departure time. Now but that's what it said.
Girl.
I said now back at the gas station, and Giselle asked about their car ride. And they start to hash out the combo between Stacey and Jazzy. Wendy goes off on Stacey. Stacey goes and grabs her bags like she was about to go take her own self to the airport. That's what she like.
She had Uber Black or something.
Okay. Wendy is back trying to get Stacey to understand that she's had her back. Wendy is frustrated and walks back to the group. Before they leave, Wendy goes back and checks on Stacey. Okay. And Stacey is asking Wendy to be more diplomatic and to not be someone who's piling on while everybody else is piling on. That's how Stacey explained where she was coming from. They seem to work it out, and I said now it's time to get out of Colorado. This is where we go to the scene where and now I did feel, but Angel really did just look defeated. And I guess nobody in the car had a damn thing to really offer her. Tia's rubbing her shoulders. And that's what she was explaining that, you know, she said she felt like a masochist this whole season. And just listening to that expert really just excerpt, excuse me, it really just solidified what I said about her, is that she really did have an agenda. And her agenda did not come to fruition. And I do think that is a huge mistake of a first-time housewife. Like, there's no way, not unless you're an actress or something that knows how to, you know, like like do that. You know what I'm saying? Like move everybody around to what you're doing. But you just some random person. The best thing you can do is come in, be yourself, and don't try to go don't go try to go above the pecking order. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you might have more money than the ladies. Maybe you do, but that doesn't make you higher than them. You know, like it's like not in this world. Maybe in over there with the
world.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But over here, you on their show.
Yes. And you know what? Let me clock Wendy a little bit, because you know Wendy had to let everybody know about her little Chanel she had on. I said,
I said, did Chanel get a new logo? Because
yeah,
I didn't think that was Chanel.
And I was like, who wear tall socks though? The whole thing just looked like, girl.
I feel like Wendy missed some
mark. That's what she needed.
I mean, like you was going fly fishing. You was gonna have to put on those big waders anyway. Like, I don't know, like, yeah.
You got your skin out like that.
Like you was ready to go tennis. Right, that's right. You was about to be in a lake. Like, I would have had on like a wetsuit.
Girl,
or something, but
I had on some long sleeves. I don't want that shit on me. And I said, Lord have mercy, with the white shoes.
Right. Okay.
Girl, the same way with the Mary J. Blige boots.
So you know, Angel is crying again, and as she's just kind of explaining that she took so much time to plan this out. If you know what she planned, drop it in the comments, because I feel like we only saw the girls go to the store, and they ate at Angel's house. Like, they could have had a V8 for that. They could have had a V8.
Yeah, they could have stayed right there in Potomac, girl.
So that's really, you know, kind of how it ends. Of course, we get our synopsis of where the girls are. I did have them. Let me see. I did take some notes of them, because I can't remember right now where everybody is, because I'm just getting right on to fam. We are finally done with that raggedy ass trip and this raggedy ass season. Now, let me tell you that it is a raggedy season because it was a mess. Like, it was a mess. However, they drug themselves on along, you know. Yeah. And so we get on down to our glimpse of Karen. So next week we get our episode where Andy has his one-on-one. We're gonna see Karen get released from jail. We're gonna hear about her jailhouse braids. We're gonna see her come home and greet Ray and her daughter and her sister right before the reunion. So that's it. That's all. I am so glad I am so glad the season is over. I don't think Angel should come back. I think this is the wrong group. And I don't think we have misunderstood Angel. I think Angel misunderstood what the assignment was. Yeah.
Girl, them confessionals, these last confessionals, I'm like, okay, she's teaching us or something. Because the posture was, I'm teaching you guys now. It was not.
I did not tell you that. I said she
didn't give sophistication. I said
above everybody.
Yeah, but she gave professor. She didn't give sophistication to me. So it was just.
But the bad part about that is you still failed.
Miserably.
You know, I think it would have been all right had the trip kind of been something, but yeah, you talking above everybody, and it's like, girl, like, hello, we need to pull you to the side, tap you on the shoulder. You're gonna have to be like Luann. We're gonna have to bring you down a few notches, honey. Because
peg or two.
huh?
That's a peg or two.
Yeah, but I don't think this is the show for her.
No.
I think she is what's the matter? Oh, okay. I think she is, like I said, I didn't think anybody could be any worse than Claudia. Here we go. Because Claudia did have a good group trip. And yeah, this is not her platform. I'm over her. I'm interested to see what is going to happen at this reunion, like how she is going to respond. But if she talking above everybody's heads, honey, we can just forget it.
And also, when I talked about the reunion looks, the same thing Kenya said is what I had said before I seen whatever Kenya said. I said she was giving me Mae West, the saloon lady.
I love that that you said that, because that's exactly what I like. I called it Moulin Rouge. I'm like that, like the group photo. That's what I felt like. What was the theme? Because everybody looked like they Moulin Rouge, but you're talking about Angel's look, right?
Well, even the picture that Jazzy had, there was a like a stool with a saddle on it. So I'm thinking then like some of the windows kind of look like the saloon doors. So I'm imagining there's got to be some kind of saloon. That's why they wear corsets and all that kind of stuff. But the dresses was ugly to me. I mean, I didn't like Tia's. I didn't like Angel's. I didn't like hardly none of them, to be honest.
I did like Wendy's. I love.
I mean, I liked her look. I think it looked perfect with her. She had the whole complete look was nice, but was her dress really that banging? It was
banging. I mean, for me, that's what it was. You know what I mean? It was like the simplicity, but then it like pop. You know what I'm saying? Like I like that. I did like Monique's. I thought it was different. It wasn't something that I would personally, pick out for myself. But I thought I liked that Monique.
I thought wrong event. That's what I thought for her dress. Wrong event. It should have been.
Maybe so.
I'm like, okay. It just gave very Grace Jones. That's what it gave me. Grace Jones.
Well, I definitely called it avant-garde. Yeah, so which would be along those lines, kind of like with the structure and everything. Who else did I like? I mean,
if she was performing, she was some kind of, singer, Beyonce or something, but to do that kind of thing, I always thought people were kind of more of a formal dress, or something, not that type of dress.
And I did like Karen's dress.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they all look average.
Right. I can see outside of Jazzy, honey. Jazzy looked like I don't know where she picked up.
Her moving, her pictures on her Instagram and her moving around with it, it looks a lot. That pose she did nothing to help her. It just looked a mess. But if you go on her website, I mean, and look, you say, oh, because her hair don't look as bad as I thought. I said, oh, she had just told the girl, just comb my hair back. I just got some shit to do. Let me throw my makeup on in the car. But actually, when you see her in motion, it looks nice. So it didn't look as bad as I thought. That's why I guess she got so offended at everybody. But girl, why would you let them put that?
I think that's the problem, though. Like, you're gonna take pictures in it, so why would you pick something that photographs bad? It doesn't do any justice for it to look good moving. You know what I'm saying? Like for us, because you're gonna be sitting still talking.
Because I thought her hair, I said she just combed her hair to the back and just threw her makeup on in the car and got a dress out. But actually, once it popped up on my feed, I said, oh, okay, it didn't look as bad. So I would say that it didn't look as bad, and her makeup looked really nice. I will say that picture, that unless she did some tweaks on her own, but the picture that Bravo put up was not a good picture at all.
Yeah.
When you look at hers, I was like, oh, okay. So just the same as Kiana, I kind of liked it, and I thought Kiana looked cute, but I just didn't like that she always given those pointed shoulder pads or something, and I just didn't like it. But when you saw her in movement too, I said, "Oh, it's cute. It's really cute." I said, "Okay, well maybe I was quick to judge." That's not Giselle being the second best dressed.
Well, right, okay.
Until I seen the Grand Drunk, I said, "But oh well." But we'll get on with this Married to Medicine.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
It is, what is it called? The Girls Trip -1. This is season 12, episode 8. And let me see, girl. Let me make sure I got it. Which one? Okay. So we start off with our mini scenes. We have Quad and King, and Quad is packing. And she has this dress. King calls it a granny dress. She said, no, it's a flirty dress. And he said, who are you going to be flirting for? So, oh, yeah, it's the granny dress. Then we got Toya and Eugene. She's packing, and he was telling, she was, trying to get herself ready. And I guess she has concerns about being with the lady. So he told her to get some oxy something. Some drug is supposed to make her it's supposed to be some kind of natural hormone that makes her feel happy or whatever around her friends. We got Contessa and Scott. She's looking at bikinis to wear. He told her she needed to wear granny panties. And she tells him about what happened at Angel's event with everybody getting into it, So, and he was like, she said that it was Quad and Simone and Heavenly, and then it was Toya and Angel. And he said Quad and Simone had been into it for a while now. So he told her, yeah, you guarantee to have a shit show at your the girls trip. So we have Simone and Cecil. And she was explaining to him how what went on between her and Heavenly saying that about the VIN number. Well, she said it was in joking. Then whatever. It was said at the time during filming. They never played it, but it was on there. So whatever. I think Quad took it way too far or whatever. But we see her and Quad gets along in this episode. But so she was just saying, that Heavenly was saying that her marriage is that Simone's marriage is so bad. And she said, my marriage is not the only one bad, basically, because your husband didn't tell you that son got arrested. And so she said, she better leave me alone before I say what I really want to say. And Cecil was like, don't go there. Don't do that. So we got Heavenly and Damon talking about the same thing. And Heavenly decides she ain't going. Fuck it, I ain't going. I got better shit to do than be arguing with some bitches. And she also states the reason why Damon was so upset because Simone had, I don't remember if they showed it, or Simone had said something about him not paying his bills at the at Angel's event, which pissed him off. And that's why Dr. Heavenly said, well, my husband's a doctor. You can't win this one, Boopy. So if he didn't pay, he will, or whatever. It ain't like he ain't got the money or whatever. So I'm like, what is she looking up about his bills?
I don't know. I'm like, I think I felt a little confused by some of their stuff too. And listen, I find myself always kind of speaking up for Heavenly in a sense, just because, not that she is not harsh with her delivery and her words, but I think people forget that you are giving her what it is she able to come throw back at you. Like, you walk around talking about how unhappy you are. That's a given. And then you do your best to pull whatever it is you feel like you want to pull from Heavenly. The issue is that Heavenly not running around telling y'all she don't like her husband. You know what I mean? So if they are going through something, it's kind of like who made it up to you to be the one to pull it out? Because ain't nobody pulling yours out. That's you giving that out. You know what I'm saying? So I think they get mad at Heavenly for the wrong reasons, to be quite honest. Like, you probably should be having some different conversations with Heavenly, like maybe her delivery, you know what I mean? And not what it is that she's saying, because you're giving it to her. She didn't. Simone had 3 conversations already about how unhappy she is with Cecil.
Boy, I wonder how it's playing back at their house.
You know, I'm guessing it's playing back fast because they was just out together. But according to what they said, they know how to go out, and nobody will ever know, honey, that they just had an argument in the car. But you know, and I guess that's how you should be. But that's the other thing too. You know, it's kind of like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if the complaining thing is like, if there's this template for complaining, like that you think you have to, or if there's some truth to it. You know what I mean? Like, because again, why are you having so many conversations, you know, about this, and then get mad at Heavenly for throwing it back in your face?
Right.
You know,
exactly.
You didn't want to throw it in your face, keep it to yourself.
Exactly. That's the way I see it too. That first of all, if I really wasn't planning on trying to get it, even if I was thinking about getting a divorce, I wouldn't be saying it on national TV. I just wouldn't. I mean, I play the game of reality TV, but I'm not, unless he went down there and fouled or something, then we'd be able to talk about it because it's in the news. But I'm not going to give you that. And me and him still showing up together. I'm not. I don't know. So either she don't have nothing really going on for real, and she's trying to have a storyline, and it's her and Cecil and her and everybody because she seems miserable. Anyway.
Yeah.
So they all the ladies.
And I like Simone, but she is kind of pushing it this season.
I like Simone. I think she's tired. That's what it is. She's tired and looking at Cecil over there living his best life, not working, and she's working all the time. And everybody.
This is what I don't understand. Like you said, maybe it's just a storyline. Because then go ahead and cut back. Like, I don't understand what the conversation is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. What are we talking about here? Cut back. Easy. You know what I mean? Your kids, you know, like, you don't want them spending up all your money, don't give it to them. Easy. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. What are we talking about? You sitting around, and the other thing, let me just point this out. Not that I don't understand what she had to say about Cecil kind of not kind of standing as a united front with her when it comes to the boys. I get that. But I also do take issue with things, especially, this is just my opinion because I ain't been married, you know, for no amount of time, but you've been married to this guy for 20 years. I feel, and now you want him to behave in a whole different way that he's not ever shown you. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's unfair. Like, I think that's unfair. Now, if you want to have conversation about the evolution and, okay, this no longer works for me, then that's what you say. But I feel like Simone is always like just kind of blaming Cecil. And I don't think that that's fair.
No, it don't seem fair at all to me. And I don't know. I think she's just like Dr. Jackie said it. She's menopausal.
Yeah.
And I find myself.
And it might be why her and Toya get along, because they seem to have a very similar way about how they handle their husbands.
Okay. True. That's why Cecil and Eugene get along so well. But anyways, so all of the ladies meet at the airport except for Heavenly. Simone and Quad are buddy now. They said, you know, Quad said she likes vacation Simone. ATL Simone she don't like, you know, basically. Vacation Simone is fun. Also, what is this? So then they get to asking about Heavenly or whatever. And Simone says in her confessional that she could kick her own ass for trusting Heavenly, saying that because Heavenly supposedly has said she pushed her and that she was unhinged, and somehow she don't feel safe around her. Okay. So Contessa wants to make sure that everyone has a great time, and maybe after they can get a tattoo. She's just joking though. But what I did like that Contessa, your tryhard, talks about her being in flight school down there. I'm like, go ahead, Contessa, pop your little military shit.
I get tired of Contessa. She always popping out her bag with something, honey. But
I liked it though. I really did. Yeah. I think it's something for someone to be a pilot, anyways.
It is. I did think that was a pretty cool accomplishment, though.
Yeah, because I was wondering. I said, if she was a pilot, I wonder if she jumped. You know.
Well, now you was in the military. Ain't that something y'all got to do?
No. No, ma'am. That's called airborne. But I mean, some people do go to jump school, but it's not a requirement. No. That's
yeah, but it is the pool, right? The diving in the pool.
No.
You don't. Okay, you didn't have to do that either. Okay.
She was in the Navy, so she probably did that.
Maybe it's for certain branches there.
But either the jump, you don't have to. Maybe the Marines, maybe.
That's what I'm speaking of in a sense. But I thought that would be. I thought it was for all. Yeah.
Because you got Navy is water, Marine.
What about the gas chamber?
Yeah, everybody does that.
Okay.
That's in basic training. But yeah, usually you go to different schools for that type of deal. And if I think she was some kind of medic or something in there anyways. So more than likely, if she was driving on the planes or whatever, a plane medic, I'm pretty sure she probably jumped too. I would imagine she did. My cousins, she wasn't in the military, but her and her ex-husband, that's how they got engaged. That was on her bucket list. They jumped.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ever gonna do anything like that. I don't think I'm doing a hot air balloon or jumping out of a plane.
Girl, they did the video. They did the video, and I'm sitting there because my cousin was all hyped. Girl, he was like, her husband was scared, shaking or whatever. But when he got to the ground, he had already had it set up to ask her to marry him. I was like, oh, that was beautiful. Cute. Yeah. But anyway, but anyway. So then we have Toya. I said she's always asking about Heavenly, so she's making sure Heavenly stays relevant. They're in the vans, and she's asking about Heavenly, and Jackie says to Simone that she was on 10. And Simone popped off and said, wait a minute, no, if you're gonna talk about me, you need to say something about your friend, Heavenly. And she said, because she brought up something that I didn't do. And then she actually said something about her career and professionals, that if people would assume that she's not telling the truth about something. I think the misunderstanding is Heavenly said that Dr. Simone said that if she had the VIN number, she would look it up too. Quad may have missaid it or whatever, or either Simone misheard. But she didn't say she looked up the VIN number. She said she would look it up if she had it. So what do you think about all that coming from the airport and getting to the Airbnb?
I thought the Airbnb was nice. I think I look forward to some of their trips a lot of times, especially like the couple trips. I mean, you know what? That's about all I got. I feel like
Potomac.
No.
Not at all.
You know, the one thing about Married to Medicine is that it kind of works on its own. I can't even say that when they bring in new people that outside of Phaedra did not really kind of fit in very well. But Married to Medicine seems like it runs on its own for the most part. I don't think anybody has to, even though we got the Simone and Quad little thing, but even with that, it's kind of like its own little beast. You know what I mean? Like nobody has the Simone and Heavenly, you know, it's its own little beast. Like it runs on its own. Which is what's good about them. Like, I don't know that I always kind of am engulfed in their beefs with each other. Like, I think that, yeah, I don't understand what the point. I don't understand why a person would want to get your VIN number to look it up. But at the same time, I don't understand why it would matter, right? Like if somebody said I looked up the VIN, on your car, I would ask, like, well, why did you want to know that? You know what I mean? But what information are you getting? You know what I'm saying, from the VIN number besides the finance company and the insurance, and if it had any accidents, and like, I don't know what you're getting from that.
I guess whose name is on the registration.
Maybe, okay, with that. Now, like I said, I have gotten to a place where I feel like I'm looking up people's criminal records. The information is available to me. Why wouldn't I?
Girl, look me up. I don't care. But
well, that's what I'm saying. You can look mine up. Like, it wouldn't be like, there. Why are you doing that? It'd be like, okay, because it ain't shit in there for you. Like, so go ahead.
So I would imagine first, I think that all the information that was out there about the vehicle, people saying it was stolen, or maybe it wasn't quads or whatever, it's probably what enticed her to look it up, even if, and I think not even look it up, but to even say that.
I thought it was a joke, to be quite honest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I really didn't think Simone had time to go look up your VIN number, to your car. To be quite honest, I would assume she ain't got the time.
Well, she look up the your properties.
I feel like I do think property lookups are different. I do. Because I feel like you could get to that information way different than a VIN number on a car. How do you get to a person's VIN number? You got to take the pic. You got to walk up to their car and go look in the windshield and take the picture of the windshield. Like, how else do you get the VIN number to a person's car?
Yeah, I don't know.
You go through their glove box and go get their registration, or you go ask them for a copy of their insurance. Like, that is not something that's readily available for you to even have in your possession.
So I thought that when she said it was because of all the fodder that was out there about the car. That
you might be right, but that's why I thought she was joking. I didn't necessarily think that she, and to your point, maybe she wasn't, but I at least took it in that moment, in that context, like a joke.
Like a joke. But I would say a joke with some truth, that if she could, she would have.
Which is what I mean, right? Yeah, those are the best jokes, right? The ones that can have a little bit of truth. So what she said, like, right? The point would be, well, if you got a question about where it is, like, we can look it up. You know what I'm saying? Or who owns it? But I didn't necessarily think that was something that she was doing, and I think that Quad just takes things way too far. I sometimes, now listen. I don't know if I want to use the term like Quad, but she gets a little bit over dramatic for me about some stuff, and that's kind of where she lose me at.
Who you talking about, Quad?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Definitely. Because I said, when we was watching the episode last week, I'm like, did we miss something? Because how did it go from 0 to 1,000?
Kind of bald-headed hoes and shit. Like, whoa.
I'm like, did we miss something? What happened? Shit, let me put my phone down.
Wait a minute now.
Yeah, I'm sitting scrolling on my phone. Next thing I know, wait a minute. But anyways, we at this beautiful Airbnb that Contessa gets. She says, Chef Kiss, honey. She did her thing with it. Everybody liked Latoya.
And she is appropriately dressed for the trip. Also, the contestant been dying to get her body out here naked, honey. So finally, she on a trip where she can dress appropriately for where they are.
Exactly. So she lets them know that since it's her trip, she's going to have the best room, and the newbie's going to have to share. I thought to myself, now here these newbies talking shit. Now I know y'all done seen these shows before.
Yeah, it gets old with these.
I'm like, come on now, because
and really, I really felt like the room was not that bad. Honestly.
It was not. It was not.
It
was not at all. And because I got a room with a house with 6 bedrooms. I'm sitting here looking at you are the nurse. I mean, you're about the one on the the lowest totem pole here.
I mean, here's the deal. You're not at home. It wouldn't matter what you had at home, and it's not like you're not paying for this trip, so I thought I didn't think anything was wrong with it.
Yeah, I'm like, and she goes, "Where's the nearest Carl Ritz?" I'm like, "A Ritz Carlton." Really?
Yeah, like
when I go on these trips, it's not. And I'm the one who always like whoever is the oldest to me. I always, let them have whatever. And it don't matter to me because the room I'm gonna be in is gonna be a mess anyway. It's gonna have my makeup everywhere. So you're gonna have to do a vibe check with my ass, bitch.
Right.
I don't have all of my things thinking, and that's just the way I do. So
right.
I'm not one to go say, oh, I can't stay here, I can't share a room with so and so, or I'm not. But I can understand when they have their conversation and Angel was trying to figure out what kind of person that Brandy was. I don't know how it went left or whatever. I saw it as to try to figure out, so I'm just meeting you and I don't want to step on your toes, so what kind of person are you? Maybe she said it wrong. Maybe Brandy took it wrong. I don't know. But for Brandy to come down the stairs to tell the ladies what they were talking about, I'm like, okay, Brandy gonna kick it off. Okay, so Jackie, they draining the life out of us. Nobody want to hear you newbies argue.
Right? No, seriously.
We already got. So the rest of them, they had to draw straws to pick out their rooms, and they do the room thing. So what do you think about all that so far?
I thought Brandy jumped the gun with the whole thing between her and Angel. But I felt like maybe Angel could have had a better approach to it. Either way, I thought it was pretty normal. Look, par for the course, right?
Yeah.
Room selection.
Yeah, exactly. And what I did like was, contestant was trying to, hey, let's reel it back in. We got enough shit going on. We'll need a whole bunch of new stuff. So, excuse me. They have they end up having those girls talk it out, and basically they apologize. Brandy then was like, oh well, she meant what she said, and this and that and the other. So I'm figuring Brandy gonna be Toya Light. That's what she's gonna give.
Yeah,
really. And I will say this: I watched Carlos King's Patreon, and he had Dr. Heavenly and Angel on there. Angel is a Kiki for real.
Oh, really?
Dr. Heavenly said, so when I win, I'm letting you take my reins. She was funny as hell. I was like, oh my goodness, it was getting Toya. Oh, I mean, it was kind of like shade a little bit, but she basically was talking about the conversation about what they had about the man. And then Dr. Heavenly was saying, I guess whatever Quad had told her, she was like, so why did she ask about him, about you having, about knowing what you was like in bed. And she basically let her know, she's like, evidently she probably tried to find out for herself. She said, but we ain't bumping vaginas over here. I said, oh my God, it was so funny. That was a good one. I'm not lying. She's funny. I I've never seen her or anything before because I don't watch Basketball Wives, but I hope that her personality that she displayed on that Patreon comes out on TV because she's funny as hell.
Mm-hmm. I do remember her from Basketball Wives for sure. I always liked Angel.
She's funny, real down to earth, but I would say Dr. Heavenly light. I mean, but kind of one of those ones, not really as bold and blunt as Dr. Heavenly, but kind of funny. And it was, it was fun shade that they were doing, but it was a good time with them. Carlos was eating it up.
I'm sure he was, honey.
So they actually go out. They go and get their swimsuits on. They come down for dinner. So they have dinner by the pool or whatever. And they have, I would say, she had it set out for them. They had lobster and everything out there. I'm like, go ahead, Contessa.
Right. Okay. That look, and she didn't mention $10,000 for this shit one time.
She did a good job. I thought, oh, this looks really, really nice.
You need to call her girl Angel up.
Exactly. And she actually, because they got to talking about Dr. Heavenly again. So she said, we had to change the climate, and they played Truth or Dare. I like that. I thought
we didn't get any of this on the Real Housewives of Potomac trip, right? I just mentioned that. I said they didn't play any type of icebreaker game. They ain't did nothing together besides eat,
girl,
and ride in the car. We'll go ahead.
Exactly. And so they played Truth or Dare. And I thought Angel's story was so funny when she had talked about getting that numbing spray for to spray down her throat, and how her throat, she was so numb.
That would be me. I could see that happening.
That happened to me.
Sex toys, and so they're like, we had a numbing spray also, but I've never tried it.
That happened to me only when I was having my cesarean, and you get the epidural, right? Well, I was so numb that I could not swallow.
Oh, wow.
And so, the saliva was starting to pool in my mouth, and I'm crying. My husband's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I'm about to drown. So they end up doing one of those suction things that you have when you're at the dentist. And so they can suction the spit out my mouth. Girl, I'm like, but I couldn't swallow.
Oh, so wow. That's exactly why I didn't get any epidurals. Because it's funny, as soon as they told me, like, oh, you numb from your waist down. And I was like, I don't want to be numb from my waist down. Like, I need to be able to feel my toes.
Girl, because, I think when they gave it to me both times, I had cesarean twice, that each time I was numbed instantly. And I'm like, did you give me too much? Because I'm short. I'm short and full-term pregnant. I was weighing like 148. So I'm like, did you give me too much? I can't even wiggle my toes. I can't do that.
Right. Yes. Yeah, no, so, I was like, no, ma'am, don't give me that at all.
Oh, girl, honey, I was screaming for it. I ain't lying, because, honey, I was feeling them pains. And then to go through all that just to have a cesarean.
Yeah, now that's
yes. So, anyways, then they did. It was Brandy's turn to do the Truth or Dare. She chose the Dare, and they asked her about show some moves that she did or she does, and she showed how she ride and how she flip it. And it's supposed to get quiet some twins. And Dr. Simone said, "No, that's the keep your man strategy."
Honey, that is when you got time to do that?
Well, she had 4 of them, so I guess she do it all the time, honey. Okay. So then we have a truth for Simone, and they asked her the last time she initiated sex. She said while she was in Greece. I said, "Oh, Brady been to Greece."
Well, I didn't go with no man, but it's funny that she said how romantic Santorini is, because I have been. Santorini was one of the stops, and that is what I said to my friend. I said, this is a good honeymoon place to go, and it's really the setup. Like, it's I mean, it's on a mountain anyway, the town is, but it's very, I guess, tourist setup like not like the rest of the places that it's more neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like you actually going into, somebody's neighborhood.
Yes.
But yeah, it's very tourist set up. And I mean, it's so pretty. I mean, because it's on an island on its own. So yeah, it is. I would agree with Simone that that's a romantic place to go. If a person wanted to do honeymoon or something special, that would be the place to go. It would be.
Yeah, she said she was doing it all, wasn't she, honey?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, imagine getting you a room that's got one of those infinity pools, right? But I mean, you right on the edge of the mountain, girl. Yeah, so like y'all.
Oh, so Cecil was a lucky man then, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And then so they had Dr. Mimi to say whatever she usually says, and she said giving booty or nah. So I don't know what that's supposed to mean. And they got to the little.
It sounded like she was saying that she eat groceries.
Oh, I was thinking maybe she was saying to her husband, "Is he giving booty or not?" Like if she's dressing and looking at herself, and if he's there, it's just like if my butt look good. I ain't definitely eating nobody damn groceries. I'm sorry, and I've been married 32 years.
Well, that's what they was talking about. So that's why I thought that must have been.
Giving booty or not? I hope not. I don't know, whatever floats her boat. So then we got Toya and Quan over there talking. And Quan was like, she was saying, are we going to take a shower? You want to take a shower or something like that? And her and Toya talking sexy. And Dr. Mimi said, don't tempt Toya with a good time. Did she say she was back curious or something? Toya?
I don't remember.
I think she said once, or she had an experience. I would say that.
Okay.
I think she did, or something, because it's always kind of like the running theme of her maybe trying to invite somebody to the room or something. It kind of seems like that's always that. She said Eugene wouldn't go for nothing like that, though. So, and Contessa says, when she does a lot of this fellatio, and she don't really enjoy it that much. I said, okay, ladies, we find out a lot. But the truth of
I don't blame her because I don't either.
Let me shut up. No. Like, what is that? No. Girl, he's probably getting at that age where you got to do it all the time anyway. Oh, God. To get him going, I guess. But anyways, so the next day, the ladies, they split up into two different groups. We have the Dolphin group or the Moke crew. In the Dolphin group, they go out. It's going to be Dr. Simone, Contessa, Brandy, and Mimi. They go out to swim with the dolphins. I'm like, Brandy did that.
I did, right? Look at me living like a little housewife.
Yeah. Girl, my husband did that. I was like, don't you put your lips on me no more.
And here's what's funny, because going back to this non-trip that they had in Potomac, like they didn't make me want to go to Colorado at all. I'm like, now what's funny is Sean happened to mention that he's going to Aspen with his friend. And so I did tell him, I said, oh, well, go by the Kimosabe, like, and I told him, even if you don't buy nothing, like, just go, But that's the only thing I took from this whole entire experience was go to Kimosabe. I didn't learn a damn thing else about. And then I thought, why didn't she take them to a dispensary? Like, you could have did that. That would have been very mindful,
Especially with Stacy got Shia.
Right, that's what I said too. You got two different entrepreneurs who's in the business, like. But you see, that's showing you that she wasn't thinking big much about trying to get to know them or them getting to know her. She just wanted to promote that business. But side note gone, let's get back over here to them.
So yeah, but there's a big difference in the two the two groups. The Housewives Potomac and Married to Medicine.
That's
Because
true.
just in their day and a half so far, they doing way more.
They did way more, right?
Yes. So we have so then we have the people who are in the Moke crew. I would say it is Toya, Dr. Simone, excuse me, Dr. Jackie, Toya, Dr. Jackie. Who else was it? Lord have mercy. The rest of
them. Angel
and Quad. Okay, so those are the ones who didn't want to go out to do the dolphin adventure. So they're on the way there. Dr. Simone had asked about Heavenly, and Contessa said she did reply to her text, and she said it was Dr. Damon's birthday. She said, so she didn't mention you. So she was asking Dr. Simone, hey, do you think that she overreacted, or do you think she's really trying or intentionally trying to get you in trouble? I said, AKA fired from the show. And Dr. Mimi goes to explain her point of view, is basically saying that Dr. Heavenly didn't trust herself around Simone, knowing whatever the situation, she's trying to run for office and she don't want to be set off. And however they got into it at Angel's event, from what we saw wasn't what all happened. Because Dr. Heavenly said she was mad enough to smack the shit out of Dr. Simone.
I guess, yeah. I mean, from like what you said, like with the whole pushing thing, I gather we mustn't see what like the whole thing. But oddly enough, this is becoming a problem in housewife land because it very reminiscent of Atlanta last season with the pow 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 Brit Edie of it all, right? And the personal space, I think that, like, I don't know, like, I do feel like you have to be careful about what it is you're going to, I guess, complain about when it comes to, going to the higher ups or what have you. But at the same time, I don't know, like, because it feels like this job is a high stress type of job. Like it's not like at my job, I could go to somebody and say, like you're not gonna talk to me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's not my job for us to try to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Well, I just kind of wonder, like, what's the line between crossing the line? You know what I mean? Like, and this is what you signed up for, like these types of pressures and things. Like, on one end, I understand Dr. Heavenly saying, like, hey, she went too far, and like you said, I'm I might retaliate, but I do agree, like, that kind of would be on you if you did, you know what I mean? Like, and so you just have to keep yourself in line, I don't know what.
So that's why she said she had left the event. Also, from what I understood, maybe whatever she said seems like maybe she said it when it came to going on the trip or whatever, the producers, whatever. And she's only supposed to be friend of any goddamn way.
Yeah.
She's
I think that's mostly what it is that she's the friend of, and they keep, like, they are wanting to get her to talk about this Damon thing, but I feel like it is irrelevant, like, and it's her son's deal. So I don't think that there's information we're about to get about it, like what he was doing, and you know what I mean, like. But I guess because she talks so much crap about them, they just kind of want to give her a hard time.
Yeah. So anyways, with all that, so they were sitting there talking about it, and then when they were when Mimi gave her explanation of how she imagine it would be. Then we got Brandy chiming in, and Brandy said every time that she's new here, and every event I've been to, it's been heavily, it's been the reason, or somebody's getting into it. I'm like, oh, and you're minusing all the shit that damn Toya do.
Yeah, I don't like a bandwagon bitch. Excuse my French, but I don't, because it's like, yeah, it's real easy for everybody to pick the one person and to pick the thing. You know what I mean? Like again, Heavenly does have a reckless mouth. You know what I mean? Like, and it's known. So for that to be what everybody bring up about it, it's kind of like, okay, you ain't got something else, because we know that already. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the main thing for me. When you know people, you know how to deal with them. You know what I mean? Like, you know her mouth reckless. So how is it that you getting offended by anything she says? She don't even know what she's saying and come out so damn fast.
And Brandy says she don't trust her.
Brandy, yeah, okay.
So we got the Moke crew. They in the pink and blue Moke.
Now that's what I gotta do on my next trip. I gotta figure out where I gotta go so we can get some of those cars.
Because we're going to Miami in May. So I want to get some of them, because I want to be like that Black Beach Barbie that Dr. Jackie talked about. So, and then, Angel was scared of Dr. Jackie's driving, honey. She told her, get the wheel. She tried to put her hat on, right? I was like, look at Dr. Jackie, but it looked like they had a good time. So, so when it says, okay, so they get to lunch, the Mo crew, and Quad noticed a baby, and Dr. Jackie gave me a little education. She's called as the reticular activity system, whatever that is, that when you buy something or get something or want something, you see it all the time. Like, I was like, okay, that's what that is. Because I'm like, okay, as soon as I got this type of card, I see these all the time or whatever.
Yeah.
So then we have Quad lets it be known that she still haven't told the ladies about her fertility issue. And then we have Jackie there, hot flashes, and she had a strip at the table. So then we have Toya and Angel have their talk about Toya's disrespectful behavior. Toya talks about that Angel was trying to play her because she was going to set her up with Eugene's best friend. I'm sitting here like, how you know if Angel was going to even like this damn man? So she's not supposed to date anybody?
Yeah.
Girl, you sound crazy.
I understood where Toya was coming from, but but her approach was out of line. I think that was something that was a conversation you could have had with her, and not in front of the guy she was sitting there with. Like, yeah, I mean, you definitely broke girl code, period. You know what I mean? But I could totally understand her feeling like, well, I don't want to hook you up with somebody who's in that type of close proximity to my family and my husband. If you out here kind of playing the field, you know what I'm saying? And well, here's the deal. Dating somebody that you've been knowing for 10 years or dating off and on for 10 years, it seems a little messy. It doesn't seem like you're in a position where you're taking your dating life in a serious direction. It feels like you just playing the field. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I'm pretty sure the man is probably playing the field. He's a doctor.
There's nothing wrong with it, but I'm saying too, if you get with somebody and you say that your intentions is that you want to be married, and you know what I mean, take something.
She haven't even met the man. We ain't even see. She ain't seen him. This fictional man.
Well, right, exactly. Well, let's go there first. Right.
I mean, even
here's the thing. When Angel said that, like when she was saying, "I want to stay at home," like he got any
I think she was being sarcastic.
I understood her to be being sarcastic in that moment. I didn't need her to even explain it to me. Like the whole context of it was right. She was being sarcastic. I mean, again, I don't like you let them people make you feel bad. You like I'm about to throw Jackie all the way under the bus. You let Jackie, who don't have her own child, who had to grieve the fact that she could not give birth, you let her make you feel bad about being a stay-at-home mom, the woman who can't have children. Are you kidding me? Like, I'm seriously. Like people and their audacity. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't even have babies. So how the fuck you gonna turn around and make me feel bad about staying at home with mine? You wish you could. And the bottom line is I think that there are a lot of women who would prefer I know for sure. Listen, this little raggedy ass situation I found myself in, that was not what I was supposed to be.
Girl, look, I would be the same kind of stay-at-home wife as Toya, because I ain't doing shit. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't cook as it is. So I would be
I ain't even mad at you making it as easy as you could. But let's just say if you was the one that did do all of that. All I'm saying is, like, it is much easier, or I don't even know if I want to use the word easy, because it's not about like what you do versus what you don't have to do. I mean, you know, taking care of babies and running after toddlers and shit all day, you know, it's not really that, you know what I mean? It's not that relaxing at all. No, but
I'm talking about this the life Toya got now. I ain't talking about that with the babies.
Right. But that's what I mean. Like, for the most part, stay-at-home moms is something that most people will probably want. I think a lot of people are too afraid to admit it, because a lot of times we are all committed to what I call hustle culture. You know what I mean? And so, but that's what they did to Toya. Like, and I feel like even though Angel was explaining that maybe that conversation at the time was somehow surrounding them kind of poking fun at her not doing anything.
She said in the Patreon, she was having Toya's back at the time.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I can't remember the exact conversation, but I do remember feeling like she was being sarcastic. So even when Toya brought it up that she asked me to hook her up, I thought, did she? You know what I mean? Like, but I guess I don't know. I guess you could have took that one way or the other, but I do agree at the same time, you never said it to her. You know what I mean? Like, and it was just inappropriate. I'm not mad at what at least Toya's reasoning. I just feel like you still was inappropriate in that moment. You owe that girl an apology about the way, you know what I'm saying, about the way you did it.
Ask about how she was in bed, and to ask the man how she was in bed. But really?
Yeah, like, because it's not your business. Yeah, you're doing a lot. So yeah, I thought she could have handled that differently. And so she owed that girl an apology about it. Mm-hmm.
She said, just know I don't need your help.
Right.
Man, I'm doing fine by myself. I'm like, yeah, because your body is tea, girl. Go ahead. Go ahead. But yes, so from that, we got, the women, they're the dolphin crew. They're down there with the dolphins, and they're, the dolphin is waving, the dolphin is doing all kind of stuff. They having a good time with it. Brandy got a little scared at first, but they're all into it. So when they leave and they get back to the
that's funny. Like, why would you be? I don't know who what, like, didn't we all learn that dolphins were like the nicest animals like ever?
I don't care. I wouldn't want them touching me. That's me. No. I know that. That's why I wouldn't get in. No.
The most that I was scared of when I went with my excursion was just the water. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to drown.
My husband, look, he swims and all, and he was just all in there having a good time. I'm just videoing. I'm like, look,
Yeah, but
that's just me.
But that's what I'm like. I don't like, but like I say, I was afraid of the actual being in the water part, because now we didn't do. We were in the ocean. For our excursion, it wasn't like at the in shallow water. Yeah. So yeah, I was nervous about that, but honey, the dolphins, like, and funny enough, they do give you like information, like as you go into it, and that's what they said. Like they save people like who go overboard and stuff. Like dolphins are probably the nicest animal.
Yeah, I would look for a dolphin if I go overboard, but
you definitely won't mind touching one in.
Girl screaming and hollering because I'm touching it. No, I tell you, I'm the kid that's in the petting zoo crying. That's me. I don't want to touch me. No, I'm just that way. But yeah, I can understand that Brady thought she was going to hang with the cool girls and try to do it. Then when she got in there, she's like, oh shit. What did I actually do? Because it sounds cool.
She was funny talking about, did she get her wheel in the water and stuff? It was like, girl, you can stand up in that water. What are you talking about?
Yeah, she's probably afraid that dolphin was gonna freak out and do something. You know how they always have the strangest things happen. Something real weird.
That's true.
Like, Lord, if I wouldn't have got in that 3 feet of water and slipped and bust my head and had that dang little dolphin hump on me, I wouldn't be here meeting you at the pearly gates. But anyway, so when they arrived back to the Airbnb, Dr. Contessa said she already took her bath for the day, so she ain't taking another one.
Now that was funny.
I'm like, girl, you was in there with dolphin piss.
Yeah, you definitely have to wash that salt water off of you now. Now listen, I sprained my toe when I was out in DR on the first day somehow. I don't even know how it happened. My third toe. But I was telling my son, I said, I think the salt water is helping it. I really do feel like it was helping with the swelling and everything. So I had made it my business to get my tail out there to the salt water every day to soak my foot around.
Yeah.
However, you gotta rinse that salt water off of you, girl. You know better.
Uh-huh. And so then basically,
even if
Dr. Heavenly shows. Go ahead. You said even if
you don't like do no hardcore soap or whatever, you gotta get in there and rinse yourself off.
Yeah. I don't know. That don't leave a smell anyways. No. That's not me. But go ahead, Dr. Contessa. She what is she? What was she in the Navy? She's Navy strong, girl. Go ahead with it. She's used to that shit.
Just make sure them pits ain't. Girl. But she was funny talking about she washed up at the dolphin place after she already told about we can do a whole bath. Like
maybe she's just trying hard here in this episode.
Right.
But anyways, it was funny. And Heavenly, what you call Hurricane Heavenly enters. Toya's like, y'all help Heavenly with her bags. I'll see y'all later. I thought that was a little funny. Dr. comes in. Simone says she's calls her trash to Toya. Got mad because Dr. Heavenly hadn't spoke to her yet. And that's the end of this episode. Dr. Heavenly arrives. She says she arrived because Quad called her up and told her what was being said. And she had to come there and set the record straight. Dr. Heavenly said she paid for her own ticket to get there. She booked, as soon as Quad called her, she booked her trip the same day, the first one out. So she could come down there and set the record straight, because she don't want it to seem like she was trying to have Simone fired or anything, because she would never do that to her. She said so she didn't want that put out about her, that she was trying to make her lose her job. She said, no, that was not it, ever.
Well, I guess that's what we're going to find out.
Yeah, so that's it. That's all on that. What would you say this episode was? How would you rate it?
I am giving it a 7. I'm definitely giving it a 7. I like to say I do enjoy their trips. Couples trips especially. I enjoy Married to Medicine in overall. I think they just bring something a little bit different. While they have the same petty drama that everybody else has, I feel like their drama is way more authentic, because the group, for the most part, they do seem to know each other. Angel, well, no, because she's connected to Quad, outside of the show. So I'm like, they generally, Quad was the one she needed to get somebody in, with her that she hung with outside of the season.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's what the big issue really always is with Quad and the rest of the group. So yeah, I'm giving it a 7. Like, yeah, it wasn't, overly spectacular. I'm okay with them not having this great deal of, like drama.
Yeah.
And look, I'm glad to see Contessa be in a position where she can shine.
Yeah.
And not really be, looking like you just try too hard. This is, I feel like, listen, we at the house with the pool, so you can wear all of your skimpy clothing.
Yes,
and it is all appropriate.
Yes, I really enjoyed it. I like the games they played. And I also like that Contessa did say, do we concede that, emotions was, high, and that, maybe we can get past all this or whatever, letting Simone know that she was hurt, but, let's try to move past. She wants to try to bring the group together, so it won't be a severed group. I don't know. It seems like Brandy is bent on being Toya's lapdog, and I don't know.
Well, you know what it's reminding me of? Anila.
Okay, yeah.
That's what it's reminding me of.
That's what Dr. Heavenly said. Yeah, she said until she get tired of kissing Toya ass, they want to come on here. No.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I think.
Because I don't understand why Sweet Tea and Toya had fell out like they did.
I don't either.
So something happened with that.
I don't remember.
So I thought it was a good episode. I enjoy watching it. I like when they have those moments with the girls. Girls can be girls, and we talk our little stuff. I ain't paid Truth to Dare in a long time, but that's a fun little game. I remember when we was in 8th grade, used to do that. Truth to Dare,
right?
Or spin the bottle, girl.
right.
So, but yeah, I thought it was good. She set it out nice, because at first Toya walk in and say it's okay. I'm like, bitch.
Yeah, you're right. You being a hater.
Yes. Then she gonna say, "Oh, this my house, girl." Now all of a sudden you the one who got everything. Like all the women supposed to aspire to be Toya. I'm like, come on now. And it looks like when I seen Dr. Mimi and her kids on her Instagram post, they were sliding in the back, like down the hill. Look like they moved into a new house.
Oh, okay.
They moved into a new house because there's a pool in the back. I'm like, oh, this is cute. Because like they had an older looking home before. I'm not older, but but this house looks new, because they don't look like how the front of that house look on the other house. This is like a newer house, because even the yard looks, even though they got a little ice down there, but it looks like it's how when they first laid the grass out there. That's what it looked like. The first lady did, whatever. But yeah, I saw they got a new house. But yeah. So the episode was pretty good to me. It wasn't a 2, like you said, some of the people in the groups you were in thought. I said maybe because I'm an old lady. But definitely Potomac was really about a 1 to me. Girl, I tell you, I was scrolling on my phone so much.
Yeah, honey. I mean, I would like to say that trip was like watching paint dry. Like, is this gonna be over?
Girl, I'm sitting here on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, just lying on my phone. I said, I'm not even watching the episode. Because I had it recording, I was watching it, but it just was like when we realized the whole time you're in a car or the truck, SUV, time. Are we there yet? Twilight Zone. Let me tell you, one time my parents, this is in the 70s, I think like 72, 73. I think I was just born. And they were going to Arkansas to my dad's family reunion. And so it was my dad, my mom, they got the brand new Grand Prix drop top. My aunt's in the cars with them. So, girl, they leaving Fort Wayne and they going down to Indianapolis. My daddy drove around Indianapolis for like 5 hours on
465.
And my aunt go, we in the Twilight Zone, I swear. He didn't know to get off. He was young. I think he might be like 21, 22, like that. But he didn't know to get off.
Wow.
And so that's what I thought about with Angel now. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, that was a horrible experience. It really was. It was horrible to watch. I can't imagine what it was to be the ringleader of that experience.
Because you can see, even though the one who was supposed to be really quirky and all that, you can see that Stacy was really getting agitated. What was Tia's expression? She said, agitate my spirit or my soul. You agitate whatever it is. It seemed like that was happening with Stacy. Like especially when she said, I don't like
this. Something else you don't know about me.
Yes.
Like, are you kidding me?
Like, why are you even in this truck?
How did you get here, right?
Girl, she had that look like, bitch, I got yesterday's pussy, and you talking about you don't even like
right. Right.
She, like, I'm done with her. I said, that's the first time I ever seen her look like, I always feel like Stacy is kind of acting or putting on, that moment I felt like that was for real.
No, that was for real. Well, I feel like we all felt the same way because it was so odd. And it was like, random. It like you talk about a random piece of information. Like, where did that even come from? You could have said that, I guess, when you kept talking about the glorious experience on this beautiful lake.
Girl, no, I would have went out there looking like
she used the worst the experience gonna be.
Yes, girl. My friend, she got a lake house, right? So I go up there to see her lake house. My idea of a lake house. She said, bitch, if you'll get your bougie ass away from her. I'm like, girl, you in a gated trailer park community, basically. When I got there, I was just so outdone. But I mean, it was.
Did she have a pond or a lake?
No, it was one of those man-made lakes, and it was in a gated place. But the first thing, she see the expression on my face, I'm like, she's get your bougie ass. I just figured this. I don't know what I thought. I thought I said, this is what people be saying when they go into the lake. They come into stuff like this. She's like, probably so. But it was a nice.
You know what I think about when somebody tell me a lake house? Now, as far as the house, I think the house part of it can be relative to whatever it is. You know what I mean? I guess whatever it is you could afford. But the main component to a lake house for me would be that you have I don't know what it's called, but that you live in the back. You know, like that there's a lake in the back that you can hit your boat up to. Like that would be my idea of a lake house.
These parts around here.
Yeah.
When them motherfuckers they going to the lake and they got their lake houses, girl, the motherfuckers is on in the trailer parks there. It's a man-made
not
lake.
the ones down over there in HSC though. Like they got their houses and they got the boat. I don't know what it's called the boat decks or whatever, but right in the backyard.
For these average people who live middle class lives, when they say they going, because all the white people I done heard talk about going to them, they all live in their lake house are trailers. I said, oh.
Right. Now listen, I ain't mad at y'all for making it do what it do. If I ever have a trailer and I was on the lake, I'm gonna tell you I'm in a lake house too.
Girl, it's a whole community of it. I was just shocked. I mean,
don't be mad because your house not on the lake.
I ain't gotta be there. But she has when I bought this really nice golf cart. I mean, she doing it. I mean, she doing white people stuff. My friend,
right. Okay, I might need a trailer park.
I said, look, you fitting in down here. I said, it's getting dark. I got to go. I said, but we went down there to the lake. It was nice and clean. I guess I appreciated being man-made because it was clean. And then, I had the areas where if they only had maybe maybe tents out there or whatever, because you got to pay for your lot, just like they pay at a trailer court or whatever. But it also pays for the upkeep around there or whatever. So when you come in, you got to punch a little number in, the little gate open and stuff. I said, oh, girl, I went back. I said, oh. My friend was like, girl, you'll get your bougie ass. I said, well, this is not what I expected.
Right. I hear you.
I mean, but she got one. I don't. So shit.
Right. That's what I say. Don't be mad because your house ain't on the lake.
Because she called me up. So what you doing? Come out here to the lake with me. I said, okay. Girl, drove out of what? I think it's in Shipshewana or somewhere around there. About an hour or so away. Drove up there, girl. I was like, okay, it's getting dark now. Right. We're around sundown towns, girl. Let me get the fuck up out from here. My black ass get caught up around here. No. But yeah. But so that's my experience with a lake house. I said, oh, and to hear some of my daycare parents talk about them, I'm like, oh, okay. That's what y'all do. I pass. Right. I don't even like neighbors. I wouldn't even. I just assume some glorious, like Dr. Heavenly Son house. That's what I thought.
That, like to your point, that is what my idea of a lake house would be. Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. Something. The house didn't have to be so spectacular, but it's right there where you have the easy access.
Exactly. That's what I'm like. The house, it can be big, it can be small, but the main component to a lake house is you got that dock to get out on the lake. Yeah.
Okay, we just had to drive down a little bit with our little golf cart, but I'm like, go ahead, girl. You doing shit. I ain't spent $9,000 on no golf cart, so go ahead. Do what you do. I love it, girl.
Okay. I hear you.
Girl,
make it do what it do.
Girl, yes. So yeah, but I thought the whole trip with the Married in Medicine ladies looked nice. So I'm really waiting to see how Hurricane Heavily lands next week. And hopefully
I agree.
Her and Dr. Simone get it together.
I agree.
I agree. It's nice that Contessa is the peacemaker after all that shit she did last year on the first girls trip.
It is, honey, after acting a damn fool. But go ahead, girl. Listen, I'm gonna give props where they do, right? The trip is going very well. But Contessa gonna find herself in the middle of something. It don't matter what. So here we are. But the trip is going well.
It really is. So yeah. So I seen DJ Richie Sky talking about Dr. Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe saying it may be a time for her to possibly exit because she's not really giving anything or either just becoming a friend of.
So. I think I can understand that, but to be honest, I notice she doesn't really add much to the episodes in every, season. But I would give Jackie kind of like the role of the anchor of the show. Like,
Yes.
I believe that for me, she's the medicine in the
Yeah.
marriage medicine, even though they got other, people in the field, Dr. Simone, other doctors and things. But I don't know how it happened. Maybe it's her status in Atlanta. But it feels like she's just kind of set up to be the staple of almost like, and even though this is not true, I'm actually making this up because it's almost like as if she was the person and everybody else has been, kind of formulated around her in a sense. And so yeah, I think Dr. Jackie does fine to come there and sit. I've never complained about Dr. Jackie.
I don't either. I like
Yeah,
her in the
I've never
role.
complained about Dr. Jackie. Like I said, I get what the people are saying, but yeah, I kind of give her the pass. Like, her demeanor doesn't really give what the
Yes.
other ones give, so I don't have an expectation, that she will behave a particular way.
Now look,
when we go back to that Buffy, she was snapping on Buffy, you know what I mean? And so here's the thing. We know she can have her bites as anyone would. You know what I mean? Like, I think everybody has that component to them. But yeah, I don't foresee. I don't think that would be a good idea.
no, I don't think so either.
I feel like taking her off would make the show feel like something different.
Yes, and plus
she also brings the education with her too.
Yeah, she brings the education and she brings the stars.
Yeah.
So, and I like the fact that, girl, I can't even scroll Facebook without getting a Dr. Jackie ad. That reverie, girl. Oh my God, no. Dr. Jackie, I be sitting here watching my videos and down here, Dr. Jackie. Yeah, I mean, but I like that because even though, like you said, there are other doctors on there, but you see her up front because she is like, even though people may not see her in a big role like that, but her role is, to me, the biggest role. She makes it authentic that this show is about real doctors.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. So yeah, I don't foresee, especially even with her and Simone, like they're still active. Like, Dr. Heavenly worked half a day. You know what I mean? Like, not, it's just a little bit different, and so yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if I agree with that when it comes
that's I'm like,
Dr. Jackie can really stay on there until whenever. Because again, I think that she makes it the medicine.
Yeah, I'm like, I like her on the show. And I like the little shade. To me, Dr. Jackie gives sophistication. Not Angel from Potomac.
Right.
So
well, Dr. Jackie doesn't really try to talk over anybody here.
No, she don't. But she so I'm like, okay, I like her demeanor. And I like how, she throws that little nice nasty shade that she does. And especially when the Sweet Tea say, "Fuck you, bitch."
Oh yeah, which that was so out of line. Like, okay. Well, you got Tourette's?
And Dr. Heavenly said, "Just know, Jackie ain't never fucking with her no more."
Right.
You call me a bitch on TV. I was like, hey, you young enough to be my kid, but yeah, I thought, when he said that, I'm like, what they want out of Jackie?
Yeah, I don't. Right. Yeah, I don't know what your expectation is of her. And like I said, because of the way she presents herself, I don't have an expectation. Like, I don't expect her to act like Heavenly.
No.
You know what I mean? I don't expect her to act like Simone. You know what I'm like? I think she's fine in the role that she played. Like, I've come to accept what she gives us. And like I said, and I've never really found myself complaining. Like I had mentioned that about Candy on Atlanta. You know, I thought Candy really got it pretty easy. She skated through for a long time, even though she had the surrounding characters of her family, you know, like they kind of gave her some of these yeah. But yeah, I think she skated through for quite a bit.
So what do you think about the Ultimate Girls Trip? You seen the photos?
You know, I'm excited about it.
I am too.
Yeah, I do. I would have to agree with Kenya. I think it should have been all OGs. Now, I know Carlos mentioned, like, okay, well, Portia, like, even if she's not part of the first season crew, like, she's had longevity on the show. But there's some, like, I feel like this 20th anniversary should have always stayed true to the people who've been watching for 20 years, you know what I mean? Which one of them people would be me. Um, and I've always had a favorite housewife. I mean, they've changed after 20 years. So like Vicky, you know, had been my favorite for OC. Bethany had been my favorite for New York. And so yeah, I think they all should have been OGs. That would have been nice. I like the idea of them going around to the different cities. Yeah, and I'm just excited to see what they got, see what they're gonna be bringing.
So like Atlanta gonna be turned up for real. I might not watch the whole thing, but I'm gonna watch when it gets to Atlanta.
I definitely will watch the whole thing. Yeah, I definitely watch
I'm not familiar. I gotta go and watch all those different housewives shows. I don't know none of them ladies.
You know, you might not have to go back and watch them though, maybe, but maybe you do.
I have no idea who none of them white ladies are.
Yep, and so that's kind of what I mean in a sense of paying homage to the 20-year of Housewives, because OC were the first ones. And that's, like I said, I started with OC. Like before New York, before New Jersey, before Atlanta, before all of them. And OC was like, even now today, OC feels like its own show, even though they all housewives. But it feels like they got the same drama, but it just feels like they got something totally different going on over there than the rest of the housewives. I don't know what that is. It's really strange. But I mean, I don't know. Do you need to? I guess maybe you should. Maybe you should get
I don't know their names or nothing.
Countess Luann, like she might go and sleep with somebody again. Like that's like the last girls trip they did.
OC is different than OC is different than Beverly Hills, then, right?
Yes.
See, I don't even know.
Yep, Orange County is different than Beverly Hills.
Okay.
Yeah, girl, go ahead and go and catch up on them there. Who from Beverly Hills? Oh, Kyle Richards, right? And who else? Is there anybody else with her?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know them ladies. I only know the black ones.
But here's the thing. So this, most importantly, what I can say for sure, because again, going back from a person that watched from the beginning, Atlanta most certainly put them on the map. Like they were popular, and you know, and it was growing, but Atlanta, it just blew up, right? Like that's it. And then I feel like everybody else had to come back and kind of revamp. They had to make it a little more interesting. But even like New Jersey, they had Danielle Staub on there with the lady had wrote a book about her. That's where Teresa flipped the table on her. Like little stuff like that. It was so just authentic and good, but this is real stuff. Like nobody made that up. This lady really had a book out here about her, about her, aliases and all her, engagements, and she done changed her name, 5 million times. So the people trying to figure out like why, you know what I mean? Like if she dangerous, and then she didn't seem like she had all her screws. But yeah, I'm saying it was good. That was a time before everybody learned how to produce themselves.
Oh, because I caught one day, I was, the TV, I always have the TV running, and I caught what it was, some reruns of New York. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting down, I'm like, oh, these white ladies.
Well, New York is but and you know what's good about, same thing with Jersey. Like the deal is they were true to New Yorkers. I mean, for the most part, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what, like, Countess Luann. So, I think she dropped the title now, but she was so funny. That's why I said it's even funny to see her evolution from where she started. So she was the one that would talk above everybody. She had a book called Class with the Countess. So she was teaching everybody how to have class and etiquette. Honey, it took Bethany to tell her ass off about the way her husband was running around town, dating other people. And she was...
So is she part of royalty for real?
So yeah, her husband was a count. From, I don't remember what the country was, but they were here now. So it's kind of like it didn't, it don't apply here, but you still have the title. Yeah.
Okay.
And so and like they end up getting a divorce. But so that's why I say, like, fast forward to when they just did the New York girls trip, ultimate girls trip, honey. Luann just went on and slept with one of the men who was helping them, I guess, around the house or whatever. But it was so funny all the years that she tried to hide different things, like, so now she just gotta, just be who she is. But wow. Yeah, New Jersey the same way. Like, they all was there. And we talking about a time where it wasn't popular. There wasn't, a decade worth of work, right, for somebody to go out. So like now, today, that's what we're talking about, Angel, and like little housewife mistakes people make, is because you have gone and now you have all of this footage. So now you created what you feel like the representation should be. But back then, everybody was doing this shit for the first time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they just like Bethany. Bethany was the brokest person on the cast. And she ended up having more money than all of them. Her story, even though like she had been my favorite, and she might not be my favorite anymore today, because it's funny how they change. Yeah. But I'm saying she was authentic. And she had that New York hustle, like attitude. So she was sitting in the grocery store selling her own, giving out her own damn samples to her food. Like we literally, same with Nene though, watched her build the brand, sell it, all of it. It all happened on the show,
Oh, well, I might have to go and watch, because I heard of Bethany Frankel. Mm-hmm. I've heard her only from the blogs and stuff like that, or I think I see her on Instagram, or whatever. And then I think she used to have the skinny girl, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I had that wine before.
And that's what, like, so when she had been on Martha Stewart's, Martha Stewart had like a competition show for like chefs or celebrity cooks or something. So she had been on there, but I don't think she didn't win that or anything. So as they started New York, she was a celebrity chef. That was kind of her coin. Then, but she was struggling. She was new to it, even though, because the difference is she does have like, she comes from a little bit of money. Like, she's not necessarily poor, but she didn't have a good relationship with her parents. So anyway, so I'm saying that to say, with the ladies that she was casted with, yeah, she was the poorest out of all of them. You know, she had the smallest apartment. You know, didn't have a husband, was looking for the husband. And then she coined the skinny girl margarita. So she had one of the girls help her with the logo. And like I said, and literally in the season, you just watch her build that all the way up till she sold it to Jim Beam. That's where she made the millions at. That's where the Bethany clause come in at. So now Bravo, I think, has in the contracts that if they promote their business, that there's a portion of it, I guess, that they, I don't know, that they get a kickback or whatever. Because nobody's wildest dream did they think she was signed. I think it was like $43 million or something.
Girl, Bravo ain't getting shit from Angel.
No. Mm-mm. But yeah, it would be interesting to go back and watch them. I would say so.
I might do that.
To get an idea of who the people are, what they doing. Yeah, but I like to say, I would definitely, and that's the reason why, even with the Housewife Award that they did, you know, and again, it's not, I hate to say things that make me sound like I'm hating on somebody, because it's not any shade or any hate to Candy, but that was very premature. She didn't deserve it. They should have called Nene ass and gave it to her, because Nene put all of these housewives on the map. Like, real talk. If Orange, as far as Black people go, wasn't nobody watching Orange County for real. I just watched the stuff because I was already engulfed in reality TV. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I watched The Real World when it first came on.
Oh, I thought that was boring. I guess it just didn't seem
like, but I feel like, for me, that's what made me feel like I've always been like a people watcher, because it wasn't boring. Like, it was not boring. Like, and the very thing let's see what happens when people start being nice and start being real. That was a real thing.
I never watched it all the way through. I just would, you know how you flick at the channels and see that.
And the interesting part about that is that was probably the only like real reality show, in a sense, because them people filmed all day, every day. They had production living in the house with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Well, Tammy did get that boy put out for pulling the cover off of her when she didn't have she was in her underwear or something. Mm-hmm. And it started off playful, but he pulled that cover off of her, and this is all the way back in what, 94, 95. Mm-hmm. She got that boy put out of the house for that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't play like, you know, certain things you just kind of don't play, you know. No.
Mm-hmm. and that's what she was at with it. Like, that was too far. You know, it was a big old controversy. But yeah, I thought that is a good idea. Girl, yeah, go back and watch them on OC episodes. And that's what, like, I started to like Vicky because I thought she was like, I liked the like little businesswoman that she was, you know, even though everybody else would make fun of her for like always working. But I don't know, I liked her. Now, maybe not so much today, you know. Same as Bethany.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, when I was seeing those pictures, and I'm like, oh, they look so nice with, you know, the ones with Nene them in. I said, I will say Nene was giving the face, honey. They was giving everything. Like, they had a good time there.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to when it's coming out. I'm looking forward to that American Next Top Model documentary.
I've seen that too, yeah. Mm-hmm. I think I used to watch a couple episodes or two, kind of when Eva was on there. So I remember seeing that. But girl, I think I watched American Idol and then got so pissed off when the person I wanted to win, and when I stopped watching that shit, I
watched American Idol for some time, but it's been a long time since
I watched when it first came out, and I got pissed off with it when Tamara Gray didn't win. Mm-hmm. I was so mad at him, and when they got rid of Jennifer Hudson, I was just done. I was like,
It got like for me, it's just a little too repetitive now. Now I'm a little sick of it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it, girl. Let me go and take my ass on the bed. It's 12:09.
Right.
Him kids early in the morning. But yes, I thought it was a good review. And we can so we'll be seeing Karen on Sunday. And then we'll see how Heavenly and Dr. Simone get along down there in Florida.
Yeah, let's see. I'm looking forward to the Karen episode.
Yes. I'm really. I said I wanted somebody brought her a braided wig to the jail. That's what that was.
She said that they took their hair out and made her some extensions with their hair. It better not be that damn braided wig. That's what she said, girl. That's what she told the people.
That somebody took their hair out?
That's what she said. I didn't even know anybody had access to extensions in jail because I thought you couldn't have false hair. But that's what she said.
Girl, don't give me lying. I don't know. I ain't never been.
I mean, right. Listen now. I'm not the expert on how to go.
I know folks have been, but I ain't never been, honey. That's one record that's really good. But alrighty then. So we'll see you guys on next Tuesday.
Yes.
Alrighty. So you have a great evening or great morning.
Right.
See you guys later.